Welcome to Snacks Weekly on Data Science. This podcast is all about making data science and machine learning knowledge accessible and less intimidating. Today, we are going to talk about customer segmentation. This topic is based on a tech blog with the title Building Segments AI, written by the data science team from Klaviyo. You can find the blog link in this episode's description. Throughout this episode, we will dissect the topic from both business and data science angles. Now let's dive in. On the business side, let's take a look at the problem to be solved. Klaviyo is a marketing automation platform headquartered in Boston. It focuses on helping its users grow their businesses by providing tools for email and short message marketing. It also offers automation and analytics features. Its users primarily consists of businesses and organizations across various industries. These users are typically responsible for managing and executing marketing campaigns, customer communication, and sales initiatives. Customer segmentation is crucial for Klaviyo's users. It allows them to tailor their marketing efforts to specific groups of customers based on shared characteristics or behaviors. For example, let's consider a clothing retailer using Klaviyo who wants to promote their new line of athletic wear within a specific region. By segmenting their email list based on geographic proximity and past purchase behavior, they can send targeted emails to customers who have previously bought activewear or shown interest in fitness-related products in the Boston area. This ensures that recipients receive relevant content that aligns with their interests and previous interactions with the brand, increasing the likelihood of engagement and conversion. Well, customer segmentation is a powerful tool when doing correctly. Klaviyo observed two business challenges their users are facing. For less experienced users, the team found out that they may not know how to express their concept as a segment defined by marketing criteria in Klaviyo's platform. For those highly experienced users, the team found out that they may spend too much time, sometimes hours per week, building out repetitive segments. Based on these findings, the team decided it was important to build a tool to provide inexperienced users with a simpler way to interact with segments, and to give experienced users a way to automate creating complex segments. This is why the Segment AI data product emerged. Now that we've understood the business problem to solve, let's shift gear and dive into the technology side to see how the team built up this tool. First, let's take a look at this tool's functionality and user flow. Assuming a user wants to create targeted customer segmentation for a new email campaign, this tool would prompt the user to input the description of their desired segments, all in a human-readable fashion. After the tool's processing, the output is a JSON representation of the requested segments. which is then returned to the user for preview. For example, if the user's input is people who live near Boston and bought something in the past year, the tool would return two segmentation criteria, one indicating is within 50 miles of 02110 in the United States, the other indicating placed order at least once in the past 365 days. As you can see, the user's direct input is not usable by the targeting system, but the generated segmentation criteria are what the system can recognize and use for marketing directly. Knowing this above general user experience flow, let's delve deeper into what's inside this generative AI service. This service mainly consists of three steps. Step 1 is to take users' natural language input and re-describe it using metric names from their account. In this above example, bought something is converted into placed order, and the location Boston is converted into the zip code 02110. Step 2 of the service is to parse that description into separatable clauses joined by AND or OR logics. In the above example, the two clauses are people who live near Boston and people who bought something in the past year. Step 3 is to take each of the independent clauses and turn them into structured JSON representation. This can be done in parallel using highly specific generative AI agents. And then both the outputs are returned. Now we understand the general user experience and the steps involved in this service. Let's explore two key generative AI concepts involved in building up this tool. The first key concept is prompt chaining. Prompt chaining is a technique used in generative AI models to break down complex tasks or prompts into smaller and more manageable steps. This approach aims to improve the model's ability to handle complex tasks by guiding it through a series of intermediate steps and leveraging its capabilities at each of the intermediate steps. The process of prompt chaining involves providing the model with an initial prompt, receiving its output, and then using that output as the input for the next prompt in the chain. This cycle continues until the desired output or final task is achieved. Here is one example of using prompt chaining to help you write a short story. The first prompt might be, I want to write a short story about a person who discovered a hidden treasure. Can you provide me with a basic plot outline? You feed this initial prompt into the generative AI model. The model's output would be Step 1. Introduce the main character and their background. 2. Describe how they stumbled upon a clue or hint about a given treasure. 3. Show their journey and challenges in the following clues. 4. Reveal the hidden treasure location. And 5. Describe the character's reaction and what they do with the treasure. This is a reasonable plot. And then we can ask a next prompt. Say, based on the plot outline you provided, can you expand on point 3 and give me more details about the challenges the character faces in following the clues to the hidden treasure? Then the generative AI model will give more concrete outputs, such as the character follows the clues in the hidden treasures, they face several challenges, etc. And then it will try to complete the story from there. In this example, the initial prompt sets the overall task of writing a short story, and the model provides a basic plot outline. The next prompt uses the outline and asks the model to expand on a specific part. This allows a more detailed and focused response. This example shows how the prompts are connected or chained together to achieve one complex problem. After understanding the first key concepts of prompt chaining, the second key concept is called few-shot learning. Few-shot learning is a technique used in generative AI models, particularly in large language models. It enables the model to adapt to new tasks or domains with only a few examples. This approach aims to leverage the model's ability to generate from a small amount of task-specific data, allowing it to quickly become proficient in new areas without the need of extensive training datasets. In few-shot learning, the model is first presented with a small number of examples that illustrate the desired tasks or domain. These examples serve as demonstrations or shots that the model can learn from. After being exposed to these few shots, the model is then prompted to generate outputs or perform the task based on its current understanding of the examples. Let's take a look at the following example. Suppose you want to train a generative AI model to classify customer reviews as either positive or negative segments. Then, based on the concept of the few-shot learning, you want to provide this model with a few examples ahead. Let's say the first example is, I absolutely love this product. The sentiment, positive. Second example, terrible customer service. Sentiment, negative. Third one, the product works as advertised, but the setup process was too unnecessarily complicated. Sentiment, negative. After showing the model just a few of these examples, you can then ask it to classify a new, unseen customer review. And by providing this handful of examples, the generative AI model can quickly learn to identify sentiment patterns in customer reviews. It does not need to have a massive training dataset. With the help of the two key concepts, prompt training and few-shot learning, the team creates a series of specialized chatbot agents and combines their results together into a final output. This is how the Segment AI product is built up. Now we discussed both the business problem and technical solution. Let's wrap it up. In this episode, we discussed the importance and the challenges of generating customer segmentation. as well as 2 key generative AI model concepts: prompt training and few-shot learning. We also explored how the company Klaviyo developed a generative AI product to improve user experience and make creating customer segmentation easier and more maintainable. If you like the content of this episode, please subscribe to the channel, give me a 5-star review, and leave a comment. Your feedback is very appreciated, and I'll see you next week.